Good morning, all. Okay, in this class also we discuss MOSFET problems. Now this problem is related to analysis problem. Observe the given. Analyze the circuit. Right here in circuit problems, there are two types of problems. First one is analysis problem. First one is analysis. That means a given resistor values and circuit parameters, etc. You know the circuit functionality also. We have to find voltages and currents at different nodes and branches. Okay, that problems are comes under the category of analysis problems. Once again, what is meant by analysis? In the circuit, you know the everything resistor values, VDD, power supplies, and constant values, etc. Only thing is by using your network concepts, network theory analysis concepts, you have to find node voltages and branch currents. Okay, to determine the voltage at all nodes and current through all branches. That problem is the analysis problem. In previous video lecture, that is the design problem. Designing means we have to find the resistor, capacitors, and whatever the other parameters, other components in the circuit, RLC components. Generally, in addition to device, these parameters are these components are connected, RLC components. Designing means we have to find the resistor values in the given circuit or capacitor values in the given circuit or inductor values in the given circuit. Simply it is called the RLC elements. Designing means to find RLC component values. That problem is called the designing problem. Designing. Design a MOSFET or design a BJT, like that. That means we have to find the resistor components in the circuit. Analysis means we given resistor values, VDD power supplies, and other parameters. Only thing is to find node voltages and branch currents. Right now, here the given problem is, observe here, analyze the circuit shown in figure to determine the voltages at all nodes and the currents through the all branches. Okay, given parameters are threshold voltage is equal to 1 volt, K dash W by L is equal to 1 milliampere per volt square. Okay, neglect the channel length modulation effect. Okay, and coming to the circuit, this is the circuit. Observe here, in this circuit, given VDD value, VDD is equal to 10 volt, given R1, R2, here RG1 or RG2, 10 mega ohm, 10 mega ohm, RD is equal to 6 kilo ohm, RS is equal to 6 kilo ohm. Only thing is to find branch current and node voltages. What are the node voltages here? Three nodes here. This is the drain node, this is the source node, and this is the gate node. So we have to find the gate voltage, drain voltage, and source voltage. Gate voltage, drain voltage, and source voltage. And coming to the branches, okay, we have to find current flowing through gate terminal and current flowing through drain terminal and current flowing through source terminal. So we have to find the gate current, IG current, gate current. We have to find drain current, ID current, and also we have to find source current, IS. Okay, in MOSFET we know that IG current is equal to 0. Why? Because gate terminal not directly connected to the channel. Okay, these two are separated by insulator. That's why gate current is equal to 0. And remaining these two are equal to same. ID is equal to IS. So only thing is find ID current. Already we know the ID current expression. Whether the device is in saturation region, one expression, non-saturation region, another expression. Then how to analyze the problem, right? The problem almost similar to the problem one, video lecturer problem one, right? First thing is we have to simplify the gate network. We have to simplify the gate network. We have to find Thevenin voltage at gate and Thevenin resistance at gate. So enter this network is replaced with a single voltage source and single resistor. V Thevenin that is equal to Vg and R Thevenin that is equal to Rg, right? By applying voltage divide rule or otherwise V Thevenin and R Thevenin procedure, calculate Vg and Rg. Okay, directly Vg is equal to, we know that Vg is equal to right, Vg is equal to gate voltage is equal to VDD into Rg2 by Rg2 plus Rg1, that is equal to 10 into 10 by 10 plus 10, that is equal to 5 volt. Simply by applying voltage divide rule or Thevenin voltage, okay, Vg is equal to 5 volts. And also we know that the drain current is equal to 0. Drain current is equal to 0. Sorry, not drain current. Gate current is equal to 0. Okay, here gate current Ig is equal to 0. Right? Okay. Okay, one node voltage is over, that is equal to gate voltage, that is equal to VDD into Rg2 by Rg2 plus Rg1, that is equal to 5 volts. Then come to how to calculate remaining. With this positive voltage at the gate, the NMOS transistor will be turned on. Okay, NMOS transistor will be turned on. We do not know, however, whether the transistor is operating in saturation region or triode region, right? Okay, NMOS is gate voltage is positive. NMOS transistor enter into on, but we don't know whether the transistor operating in saturation region or triode region. Triode region also called non-saturation region. We shall assume saturation region and solve the problem and then check the validity of our assumption. Obviously, if our assumption turns out not or to be valid. Okay, obviously, if our assumption turns out not to be valid, we will to solve the problem again for triode region operation. Okay. First of all, we assume that the transistor, that is MOSFET, operated in saturation region. We have to calculate the branch currents, and again we have to validate whether our assumption is correct or not. If our assumption is correct, okay, the transistor is operated in saturation region. If the values are not correct, okay, like that we have to check the saturation condition. The values are not satisfied saturation condition. That means the device operated in non-saturation region. Again, once again, we have to calculate the non-saturation region current. Why? Because in MOSFET especially, saturation region one current expression, non-saturation region another current expression. Correct? First of all, we assume that the device is in saturation. Then we have to verify the saturation condition. If it is satisfied, okay. Otherwise, okay, defaultly, if it is otherwise means the transistor operated in non-saturation. Again, we have to find non-saturation current, right? Okay. Initially, we assume that the device is in saturation. Okay, let us assume that the MOSFET is operated in saturation region. Then apply KVL to the input loop. Okay. Apply KVL to the input loop. That is equal to VGS. From that, find the VGS. What is the KVL to the input loop? This is equivalent circuit. Here, this is RG and gate voltage is 5 volt. And come to the MOSFET, and this is the source resistance RS. Then apply KVL to the loop. Already we know that Ij is equal to 0, so that there is no drop across resistor RG. So this circuit is equivalent to only resistor, sorry, this circuit is equivalent to only voltage source, then MOSFET source resistance. This is VG, this is RS. Now apply KVL to this loop, and current flowing through RS is ID current. Now the voltage difference between gate and source. This is the source. Now apply KVL to this loop. Okay, now apply KVL to this loop. What happened here? VG, what is the KVL? This loop KVL VG minus VGS minus ID into RS is equal to 0. Minus ID into RS is equal to 0. From that VGS is equal to, okay, VGS is equal to 5 minus 6 ID. So substitute value VG is 5. We don't know the VGS value, VGS. Then we don't know the ID also, ID. We know the RS, a given RS is equal to 6K. Right. So finally input KVL equation is VGS is equal to 5 minus 6 ID. 5 minus 6 ID. And observe here, RS is equal to 10 kilo ohm. RS is equal to RS is equal to 6 kilo ohm. RS is equal to 6 kilo ohms. Now this is the KVL equation. This is input KVL equation. VGS is equal to 5 minus 6 ID. This VGS condition is substituted in drain current expression. This is the drain current expression in saturation region. This is drain current expression in saturation region. That is equal to 1 by 2 K dash W by L VGS minus VTN also. Observe here, 6 is actually it is a 6 kilo ohm. But generally ID represented in milliamperes, so that milli and kilo get cancelled, so that our procedure is simplified. Okay, our calculation is minimized. Okay, instead of writing 6K, we have to write simple 6 and express the drain current in terms of milliamperes, so that our calculations will be reduced. Okay, then substitute here VGS. VGS is equal to 5 minus 6 ID. Threshold voltage is equal to minus, threshold voltage 1 volt. 5 minus 6 ID minus 1 whole square. Now simplify this equation, and this one is a quadratic equation, and that equation gives the two current values. Okay, after solving this quadratic equation, two current values are, one current value is 0.89 and another current value is 0.5 milliamperes. Now in this case, we have to validate which ID is correct, whether 0.89 milliampere is correct or 0.5 milliampere is correct. Okay, for this one, we have to again calculate VGS. If VGS is greater than VT, if VGS greater than VT, corresponding current is correct. Okay, or otherwise, observe here. The first value results in the source voltage of, what is source voltage here? Source voltage VRS is equal to ID into RS. Source voltage VRS is equal to ID into RS. What is ID? 0.89 milli. What is RS? 6K. Milli K get cancelled. Then source voltage is equal to 5.34 milli voltage, which is greater than the gate voltage. Observe here. Okay. Source voltage is greater than the gate voltage and does not make a physical sense, as it would imply that the transistor is in cutoff state. That means when substituting the ID is equal to 0.89, source voltage greater than the gate voltage. Okay, that means indirectly what it says means transistor is in cutoff state. Okay, that is not correct. So we go for second current value. What is second current value? 0.5 milliamperes. Now ID is equal to 0.5 milliamperes. Now in this case, source voltage is equal to 0.5 into 6, that is equal to 3 milli. Now calculate VGS. VGS is equal to VG minus VS. So VG is equal to 5 volt, VS is equal to 3 volt, that is equal to 2 volt. So VGS is equal to 2 volts. This VGS greater than threshold voltage. This VGS greater than threshold voltage. What is this one here? VGS is equal to 2 volt. 2 volt greater than equivalent threshold voltage is equal to 1 volt. So that the current ID is equal to 0.5 milliampere is correct. Once we know the drain current, what is drain voltage here? Simply apply KVL to the output loop. Then VDD minus drain voltage is equal to VDD drain voltage is equal to VDD minus ID into RD. That is the drain voltage. Drain voltage is equal to VDD. VDD value is equal to 5, so 10. VDD is equal to 10 minus what is ID? ID is equal to 0.5 milli and RD is equal to 6K. K and milli get cancelled. That is equal to 7 volt. Now again we have to check the condition. In saturation, one condition is VGS greater than VT. That is in terms of input voltage. Another condition is VDS greater than or at least equal to VGS minus VT. Now we have to check what is the VDS, or otherwise okay, SS cancelled. VD, okay, here itself is there. VD greater than VG minus threshold voltage. VD is equal to 7 greater than VG is equal to 5 minus 1. So 7 greater than 4 volt. Yes. That means the transistor operating in saturation region, and our assumption is correct. As we assumed initially, the transistor operated in saturation region. Like that, we have to analyze the given MOSFET problems. Once again here, the procedure is, okay, this is the given circuit here. From the given circuit, we have to simplify the gate network applying voltage divide rule or Thevenin voltage, find gate voltage and equivalent resistance. Then after that, assume that the device operated in saturation region. Then apply KVL to the input loop, and again we have to apply the condition MOSFET property condition Ig is equal to 0. Then derive the expression for VGS, that VGS substituted in ID current equation. From that, calculate ID value. Again here it is a quadratic equation. Okay, we have to validate which current value is correct. Okay, after solving the quadratic equation, you will get two current values. We have to validate which current value is correct. Okay, how to validate? One condition is calculate, substitute that ID in VGS expression, calculate this VGS greater than VT. Or otherwise calculate the source voltage. Okay, here in this case, source voltage greater than the gate voltage. That means transistor is in off condition, so that the corresponding current is not correct. Then considering the another current value 0.5 milliamperes. Now source voltage is equal to 3 volts only. Now VGS is equal to 2 volts, which is greater than threshold voltage. Then another condition for saturation is VD greater than VG minus threshold voltage. So that VD is equal to 7 greater than VG is equal to 5. Here the VT is equal to 1. So 7 greater than 4 volt. So that the device operated in saturation region, our assumption is correct. Like that, we have to analyze the given problem. Okay, here the another way how to solve the problem is after applying the KVL to input loop, we have to express the ID in terms of VGS, right? Or otherwise VGS in terms of ID. Okay, express ID in terms of VGS or express VGS in terms of ID. In this problem, is solve that VGS in terms of ID, so that he calculated the ID. Here in this first case, what happened? ID in terms of VGS. Then here is the VGS is the variable. Okay, here ID is the variable. Quadratic equation in terms of, in this case, VGS, in this case in terms of ID. Okay, after getting the solving the quadratic equation in terms of VGS, you receive or you got two VGS values. Again, we have to validate which VGS value is correct, right? Once we know the VGS value, again calculate ID. Okay, here in this case, what happened? Quadratic equation in terms of ID. Solve the quadratic equation. You receive two IDs and validate which ID is correct. Then after that, find out the VGS. That's it, right? So this is about how to analyze the MOSFET circuits, right? Okay, we all calculated ID. Drain current is equal to 0.5 milliamperes. Okay, the results are 0.5 milli and VD is equal to 6 ID. This is 6 ID. We calculated all node voltages and all branch currents. Like that, we can easily analyze the MOSFET analysis problems. Okay, thank you.